One of the things about writing a book of poetry is that actually about writing a play as well, and I would assume many other things. When you start, it's wide open and you can go in absolutely any direction that you choose. But when it gets towards the end, I am just very close to the end of this book of poetry that I've been working on. It didn't even begin as a book, but it took form. And as it gets down to the end, you find yourself, your scope limited. You cannot exceed the remit of the project. So it's everything has been winnowed down, and there's very little leeway for me at this point. I am hoping to write a poem about this latest set of abductees, persons from Burma, Vietnam, I think even Mexico, who have been shipped off to South Sudan. Goodness knows why or to what sort of a circumstance, perhaps a new counterpart to CCOT prison, which we have been supplying in El Salvador. But I need better information at this point. But that will fit in. But one is always tempted to exceed what the work itself will permit. So there's a feeling like you want to maybe end with some kind of hopeful tone. If we get through this phase of fascism, then maybe we can all live in a society wherein health care for people is a possibility. It would be very nice to have that kind of positive message. But as you get to the end, everything is closing down, and you just cannot go off into these places. Now, if that had been an important thing to talk about on page 3 or 4, whatever, then that would be a different story. But the work lives by its own rules, so to speak, which have been created along the way. So that is just where I am. I have written a large part of the introduction to this book of poems, typed it out even. I still have a little bit more to add, but I am still waiting on this one big poem that I need to close with. So I have not signed up for Microsoft Word as yet. Apparently now they offer a free version, so that will be the task for today, and then start transferring the text over to the Lulu template. Lulu.com is the self-pub house that I use, and begin fiddling with the text to get it into a book presentable format. But I am, in a sense, relieved to feel that the endless possibilities for writing that once seemed so dominating are really shutting down, and it's inevitable that they will shut down. I was afraid I was going to keep on ad infinitum, just putting out these poems one a day, and I may continue putting out poems. I'm not going to deny that as a possibility, but in terms of this project, it is going to have to stop.